I'll buy some wine on the way to the restaurant. I'll get some wine on the way to the restaurant. I had to wait 20 minutes before I could hail and obtain a taxi. I had to wait 20 minutes before I could get a taxi. As the weather becomes warmer in the springtime, people start to enjoy the outdoors more. As the weather gets warmer in the springtime, people start to enjoy the outdoors more. He's becoming quite good at that, isn't he? He's getting quite good at that, isn't he? She's getting them ready for their final exams. I can't seem to get my clothes dry. You must always get to class on time. I think I got lost at the last turn. Yes, I got engaged. It looks like he's getting dressed for work. Passive with get. Several protesters got arrested at the rally. Passive with get. How much do you get paid? Passive with get. The street hasn't gotten cleaned up yet. I got caught out in the rain. He wasn't expecting it to start raining. This is a bad neighborhood. My windows keep getting broken. Looks like he got fired. This is a bad situation. Reflexive. He got himself fired because he yelled at a customer. This is a bad situation that's his own fault. It's a wonder he hasn't gotten injured. It looks dangerous. Reflexive. It's a wonder he hasn't gotten himself injured. He's doing it dangerously. We've gotten snowed in. This is unfortunate. Reflexive. Guys, we've gotten ourselves snowed in. We should have prepared somehow. The printer printed 1,000 brochures for me. I got 1,000 brochures printed. We prefer someone delivering pizza to us instead of making it. We prefer getting pizza delivered instead of making it. He comes here once a week for the barber to cut his hair for him. He comes here once a week to get his hair cut. It's important for a barber to trim my beard often. It's important to get my beard trimmed often, and we're not worried about who does it. A painter should paint the school walls every year or so. The school should get the walls painted every year or so. It doesn't matter who does it. When was the last time you got your blood pressure checked? I can never get them to clean up their toys when they finish playing. I'm having trouble getting anyone to answer my questions. How can I get you to stick to your training program? Our servers got hacked last night. We got our servers hacked last night. I heard that Bob's car got stolen. I heard that Bob got his car stolen. Do you think we'll get dinner cooked before your mother gets back? Remember, we should get the plants harvested before winter starts. Once everyone's on board, we'll begin. Once everyone's on board, we'll get going. Your first step is to start the process of boiling the pasta. Your first step is to get the pasta boiling. A good DJ knows how to make people begin dancing. A good DJ knows how to get everyone dancing. Shall we go? We've got a lot of sightseeing ahead of us. Shall we get moving? We've got a lot of sightseeing ahead of us. We asked Jeremy how he got started in construction. He said this town was getting popular to live in, so we should start a building company, and we did. Jeremy told us something about the kind of work he gets. Mostly, we get asked to put up residential housing. A lot of in town, but sometimes out in the countryside, too. But we also get brought in to help with larger civil construction projects, or on downtown high-rises.
So the first one is to get a business off the ground, to get a business off the ground. Now this just means to start something. And if you think about a bird trying to fly or an airplane, so it's going very quickly on the runway and then it starts to take off. So at that moment it's starting to leave the ground and it is taking off. So you're trying to get the business off the ground in the same way that a bird or an airplane would be leaving the ground. To get something off the ground, off the ground. To get an edge just means you're trying to get maybe some slight advantage over somebody else. So this is the same thing whether you're talking about sports or business. And finally, to get roped into something, to get roped into. If you think about someone using a rope to maybe they're tying a rope around you and pulling you into something, they are roping you into something. It just means it's something you don't want to do. So I got roped into taking care of my sister's kids' while they went out for dinner. So I didn't want to do it. I was kind of busy and I had my, other projects or something to do. But they said, we really need your help. So I got roped into doing that. So that in that case, it's like, yeah, okay, I'm happy to help you. Or I got roped into doing something at work. So people were explaining to me, like, we need your help to do something because we don't know how to do it. So in that case, I'm the only one that can do it. Even if it's something I don't want to do, I'm getting roped into that thing, to get roped into something.
Second year, though, it came back and kind of came off pretty well. A little slow getting started, but over the years, it's grown rapidly, and it's now kind of a full-time thing I'm doing here, so it's been good. And one time, a wild horse got out of its pen and decided to run with us for a while. And
Really?
the horse ran with us probably for about 1.5 kilometers or so. We started the business, went to the bank, got everything set up there, bought some equipment, and basically started up from there. We had to do it started, so.
Sure.
Yes, so we've got a couple different speakers out here. We've got 3 of us, and we will get some nice sound from Carly, but we've got her behind the camera today. Anyway, the interesting stuff in front of the camera, when I came over here, I got to meet Natalie, and we'll get here to I get her to bring up some more interesting things. But one of the things I found especially interesting about her was all of the diet things and all the great things that she knows about food. So tell me, in general, how did you get into that, and were you always like that?
And then as I got older, you get aches and pains and whatever, and you're like, I don't want to go to the doctor and get medicine.
So now these over here, I wanted to look at these next. These moon rocks. That we got. Now this is really interesting. Maybe I'm scared. I don't want to get radiation from the moon rocks over. Now you want to talk? What are these things?
So each one of these is salt, and we have pink Himalayan salt. So that's it's basically salt mountain, and they've chipped away the salt mountain.
So it's just a huge mountain of salt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm excited to get into this. So what else? We got chia seeds over here.
We have chia seeds as something to put on top of your oatmeal. The loofahs that you can get most commonly in the States, the plastic poof balls,
Yeah.
are designed based on the concept of this.
Sure.
So this is like an ancient version of what you can get at the store now.
Sure.
It's better if you can get them raw, but in Japan it's almost impossible because they're all imported. That's why when you get rolled out, you kind of cook it for like 10 minutes.